Hey, my love. What's wrong? It's about your gender, isn't it? Look, I know you're non-binary. And some people, or maybe even you, have a hard time accepting that. And when I say you, I mean maybe you might doubt yourself. Even if you don't, other people might make it seem like it's not a real thing, or might put it down. I can just be so rude about it. But it doesn't matter what anybody else says. You know you're non-binary. So, that's how you feel. And like I said, you know. But that person telling you it's maybe not a real thing, they aren't you. So they don't get to tell you what you can identify as or who you are. Not even the slightest, babe. Because that's for you. And look, you aren't forced to say you're female or male. And I love you for the person you are. I don't care about what you were born as or even what your, you know, where your part is. I don't care about that because I see you for who you are as a person. And I love you for that because you make me so happy. And you genuinely make everything worthwhile. So I don't care who they are. I don't care if they're a big person or even someone important. Just because they have some kind of power, it doesn't mean their opinion is a fact. Doesn't mean they suddenly have the right to tell you who you should identify as. It doesn't give them a right at all. So I feel you shouldn't even give them a second chance, or you shouldn't give them even the thought of questioning if you're doing the right thing or what you're doing is wrong, because it's not. What you identify as doesn't hurt them. It doesn't at all. It's just as valid as using she, her, or he, him pronouns. Because you go by they, them, and you are so amazing. And you shouldn't have to change who you are just because someone says who you are isn't valid. Because that's just one person. And even if it isn't, even if it's a couple people that are against it, it doesn't mean everybody's against it. It doesn't mean you're wrong for it. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means they, as a person, are wrong for doing that. And you, my little chargeable, are just as perfect as you are. And I mean that for the person who you are, not what you were born as, or even, like I said, your part. It doesn't matter at all to me. Because your body doesn't define you. Your gender, or what you identify as, is more than just your body. It's how you identify yourself. So they don't get a right to tell you because you were born with this part, you're this. It doesn't mean they get the right to just change who you are. It doesn't mean any of that. But you know who you are as a person. So you're able to, correct them. And you should be proud of yourself. Because you figured out who you are. Or maybe you're still figuring it out. You've decided on this. You've decided on using they, them pronouns. And you should be proud of yourself. Because sometimes some people don't really believe it's a thing and never go through with it. Or some people, I don't know how to describe it. But you actually go through with it, and you're happy to call yourself they, them, and you're happy with it, or at least you should be. You should be proud of it. You should be proud of who you are and who you identify as. Even your name, you should be proud of it, or the name you chose, or even if you like, your given name, you should be happy, okay? I'm not saying you should force yourself to be happy. I mean, you should remember to be the person that you can be proud of. You should be at least able to say your name and you identify as they, them. And yeah, there's always going to be those people that are against it, or they're going to be rude about it. But just because they feel like that, it doesn't make it right. It doesn't mean their opinion is just superior or anything. That's their opinion. It doesn't have facts. It doesn't mean anything what they say. So don't take it hard. Don't even give them the second thought about questioning who you are. Don't give them the satisfaction. Okay? Because I see you as this wonderful person. And I love you for that. I love you for not, for, who you are as a person. Your personality. How you make me happy. You can make me smile, laugh, and you make me really want to hold you. So, my little chargeable, don't think lowly of yourself just because someone else wants you to. You should never second guess who you are for somebody who can't respect you and your pronouns. Okay? I don't want you to ever second guess yourself for someone who isn't worth it. And I know sometimes it can be your parents or even family who tell you you're doing wrong. And maybe you feel like you are because they're family. They're supposed to be the people that support you. And even some people might say they know best. But a lot of the times they don't. A lot of the times they're just people too. They aren't superior to somebody else who supports you. They aren't at all. Because family is someone who you're comfortable with or who actually supports you. Just because they're family doesn't mean they're automatically going to support you in whatever. Because some families aren't like that. And I don't know how your family life is. I don't know if they support you. But if they talk bad about it, it doesn't mean it's true. It doesn't mean that in the slightest, okay? So please, even if they're family, don't just automatically trust it and believe you're doing wrong, because you're not. It's what you're comfortable with. You shouldn't be forced to use pronouns you're not comfortable with. You shouldn't force yourself to do anything for your family. And sometimes it's hard to say no, or maybe it's hard to just talk to them about it. But they should really support you. It doesn't matter what it is, even if it's your pronouns. And your pronouns are a lot, because it's who you are. And you are the person they're related to, so they should at least respect you and give you that, okay? So never put yourself down and never think lowly of that, okay? I absolutely love you. I love my little they, them, my little chargeable, okay? So please, never forget that. Even if I don't say it often, I want you to remember that. And I want you to be happy, smile, and I want a real one. Because you deserve it. You really do. You deserve the world. Okay? I love you.